warm welcome and welcome to Forever Sports here with Ulukanyo Chongweni. Yo, I don't remember the last time I was here, but definitely excited to be back. And I'll be bringing you the Cheetahs versus GRIQUAS. Ulukanyo Chongweni igama. Obviously, Currie Cup underway, right? And I think sort of watching from last night, very exciting. It's awesome to just see the youngsters at it. But yeah, warm welcome to those who have tuned in. Please do keep me entertained in the comment section. Obviously, Cheetahs, GRIQUAS, two relatively, yes, sides that are filled with youngsters, right? As we see with the GRIQUAS side, a number of people making their Currie Cup and obviously the GRIQUAS debut. And I'll be taking you through the lineouts, but not too far away from kickoff, right? And I'm definitely looking forward to this one. But welcome to Forever Sports. And if it is indeed your first time with us, please do like and subscribe. But yeah, it's good to be here. Feels like forever. Happy New Year. All right. So we're almost underway. All right. I just caught it right in time. Yaku paper there, blows the whistle. And we've got the GRIQUAS who will be playing from, at least as I see it on screen, who will be playing from left to right. All right. We've got Zander there. But yeah, while we're kicking off there to the Cheetahs. Cheetahs will be receiving, and we are away. Good take there from the Cheetahs clinical. Right, that's the kind of start that you definitely are looking for. A good carry there in the 22, and I'm sure they'll be looking for a quick exit. Yeah. Ruan Pinar back to Frans Steyn, the two veterans. Or Frans Steyn, a little chicken wing there. But Brandon Thompson doing well to recover. Right, Cheetahs a bit under a bit of pressure first up here. Right, Brandon Thompson, you're doing very well. Yeah, Clayton Blomikies will be looking to kick this one out. Gets plenty of ground, and that should settle us in. So, just in case you didn't catch the two starting lineup, right, for GRIQUAS, we have in the number one jumper, we've got Eddie Davids, who is making his Currie Cup debut. Right, and also his GRIQUAS debut. We've got Alandria van Rooyen in the two jumper. We've got 3 Yanu Bota. 4 we've got Mzwanele Zito. 5 we've got Derek Pretoria. 6 Neil Otto, who's also making his GRIQUAS debut. We've got Siba Goma at 7. 8 Ruan Steenkamp will be leading the side. Right, 9 we've got Steven Ungara, who I must say I was impressed with towards the end of last season. See if he can carry on with his form this season. 10 we've got Zander du Plessis, who's obviously making his Currie Cup and GRIQUAS debut. We've got Luther Obi, right, making his GRIQUAS debut as well. Reinhard Jonker making his debut as well in the 12th jumper. Chris Hollis, who many of you will know, coming from the Eastern Cape, having played for the Southern Kings. Right on the 13th jumper, we've got Mario Hartenberg making his Currie Cup debut, and then we've got 15 Ashton Davies. And obviously on the bench, a couple of debutants as well. 16, we've got Yanko Ace. 17, we've got Kudzwai Dube making his debut. Justin Ford making his debut. Johan Retief making his Currie Cup and GRIQUAS debut. Michael Amaris making his Currie Cup and GRIQUAS debut. Regan Oraniam, Theod Besov, and the man that I'm excited to see, having led the Turks side very successfully for a number of years, Usango Kamlasha, obviously a Currie Cup winner with the Blue Bulls last year. The Cheetahs, we've got Skal Ferreira, Manus van der Merwe, Moseto Sadia, Mone Kutiam, Renard Barnard, Victor Sikekete in the 5 jumper. 6, we've got Gideon van der Merwe, obviously playing against his former side. 7, Edwin Davids, Michali Mosi, Rowan Pinar, Chris Smith, Enver Brandt in the 11. 12 jersey, we've got Frans Steyn playing with David Brits. 14, Craig Barry, and 15, Clayton Blomikies. And definitely have a look out on the bench. Malcolm Yar, always been a fan of him. But yeah, back to the game. All right, Cheetahs, early pressure, yeah. Seems as though they have crossed the line. Yaku Paper a bit uncertain there. But seems as though the Cheetahs boys are comfortable there, very assured that they have crossed the line. But Yaku Paper will have a look. All right, very fast start there from the Cheetahs. Initially coming from a good clearance from Clayton Blomikies to release pressure, and then eventually forcing a turnover further up the field. and it seems as though they're able to rumble this one over. It's just up to the TMO now. What will the decision be? We've got the Craig Morgan. We are the Cheetahs from Freystad. Yeah, definitely from the Free State or Freystad. As you have said, we've got Kevin Thompson saying, hello, hope you are well. My prediction's a comfortable one for Cheetahs special with France and Rouen in the team. Couldn't agree with you more. And I think it's always comfortable. It's always comforting to see these experienced guys, who played all over the world, played for the Box, sort of playing with the youngsters. And that's what I think I've enjoyed with the Currie Cup so far, just looking at the squads. Obviously, with the, unfortunately, TMO not giving that one. So held up, will be a 5-meter scrum for the Cheetahs. Oh no, new rule changes, sorry. Held up over the line, it will be a line drop out. Right, so as I was saying, I think just looking at the various squads, the one thing that obviously jumps out of view is just the youth. And it's fantastic to see our young talent in the country getting an opportunity. So definitely having Rouen and France staying around for them to, just part with their knowledge and just, look after the youngsters, it will bode well for them. We've got Blind Man Pepper Spray saying Cheetahs 54, GRIQUAS 12. Kevin Thompson saying 42 the Cheetahs and 22 the GRIQUAS. So clearly, early on, everyone expecting the Cheetahs to have ragged. So if you've just joined us, welcome. Please do let me know what your score predictions are. Right now, as we see the fair well taken there from Rouen Pinar trying to link up with France Stain. Right, unfortunately, jumping it up, but they've managed to keep possession. Cheetahs on their 10-meter line, but unfortunately sealing there. Nyakupepa awards a penalty to the GRIQUAS. I think fantastic work there by the GRIQUAS to be able to sort of get rid of the initial pressure, get down into the Cheetahs 22 and force an error there. So now they've got an opportunity. It's going to be interesting to see what they opt for. Do they go for the line or do they knock out 3-4? Xander steps up, definitely looking for the corner. Knocks it out sort of 10 meters away from the try line of the Cheetahs. All right, so GRIQUAS here with an opportunity to strike first as we take a relook there. Unfortunately, sealing there from the first man in. I think might be Davids or Gideon van der Merwe. Pinned there. All right, unforced error. Line out here, GRIQUAS ball. All fed into the line out. Good little move there, break out to the front of the line out. Right now, GRIQUAS, say about 8 meters away from the try line of the Cheetahs, attacking on the right-hand side of the field, closest to us on the screen as we're watching the game. Right, good carry there by the GRIQUAS forward. Ungara over the ball. He feeds the prop, GRIQUAS prop. Yeah, Xander playing behind the forwards, taking it up himself, playing flat at the moment. Right, a bit unstructured here from the GRIQUAS. Oh, what a handoff there on Rouen Pinar. Get out the way, son. And once again, GRIQUAS doing well there to maintain possession, and they are able, once again, to force an error from the Cheetahs, and I'd imagine much easier kick here. Steenkamp, definitely see the water boy there running on with the tee, and the GRIQUAS have got an opportunity here to strike first blood, get the first points on the board, just get the team going. Yeah, Cheetahs just a bit too eager there on the breakdown. Fortunately, tackle and not releasing, and this has afforded Xander his first kick for the GRIQUAS, affording him an opportunity to put his side ahead. Let's see what he will do here. Xander should be an easy one, comfortable one, steps up. Flags are up, and the GRIQUAS take an early lead here, 3-0 to the GRIQUAS with, just short of 8 minutes played. So the Cheetahs will get us restarted here. GRIQUAS will be looking for a good catch and exit. All right. The last thing you want to do once you strike on the board is to give away easy possession in your half. Well, as I say that, Coach Killer. Coach Killer. Yeah, unfortunately there, the skipper not able to hold the ball, and that's the last thing the GRIQUAS management would have liked. Just, got on the scoreboard. The last thing you need are unfortunately knocked out of this grass by his teammate there in the three jumper. All right, but once again, the Cheetahs straight away have got an opportunity here to rectify that mistake and also make their way onto the scoreboard. But got a scrum here, sort of, I'll say, about 18 meters away from the GRIQUAS line. Prime attacking ball. All right, just to the side. Let's see what the back line can stitch up together here. Yeah, about 17 meters, 15 meters away from the try line, 7 meters in from the touch line. Cheetahs ball. Unfortunately, their reset scrum. Right, as you can see, the front row is pretty equally matched there. 338 for the GRIQUAS and 332 for the Cheetahs. Right, and obviously the Cheetahs have got a much more experienced front row with a number of debutants for the GRIQUAS. So I'd expect them to have a bit of dominance when it comes to that area of the field. But these youngsters, they're up and they're up for it. I'm sure they'll be gunning and rearing to go. But as we just watch here closely for the reset scrum. Right, so Cheetahs ball, Ruan Pienaar ready to feed. Watch that pause. Set. Ruan Pienaar feeds into the Cheetahs scrum. Very steady scrum there from the Cheetahs. Michali Mosi trying to control it at the back there. Trigger play onto Franstein. Franstein takes it up in midfield, but well met on D. Ruan Pienaar got the forwards coming around the corner. Roll away, tackler. GRIQUAS there, but too slow to roll away. And Yakupepa picked that up, nailed them. And Cheetahs have got an opportunity here to strike back. Clinical there from the Cheetahs, stock standard first phase ball, right, a solid scrum, hitting it up with Franstein in midfield. And because, Bully getting the forwards coming around the corner, and unfortunately, a couple of GRIQUAS players not able to get out of that tackle situation quick enough. And as a result, now the Cheetahs have got an opportunity to level the scores here with just over 10 minutes played. Ruan Pienaar looking to knock this one over, and this man has kicked about 1 million kicks in his life, so I'll be expecting him to knock this one over. Easy does it. And with that kick, Ruan Pienaar levels the scores 3-3. Got Kevin Thomas here in the comment section saying this year's Currie Cup is a lot of up and coming players. Its bones have to have few experienced guys. Yeah, definitely. It's always a plus, right? And I think with the rugby championships still running concurrently with the Currie Cup, I think it's awesome to see the young talent, and also just, again, it's awesome to see that we've got the feeders, how sort of our varsity cup and varsity shield structures have been utilized, as a lot of some of these players, especially the sort of those who will be making their debuts, all right, sort of coming from the varsity cup and varsity shield respectively. Scores on showing the it's in black. Oh, sorry, I'll try fix that technicality with the scores. All right, my bad. I'll quickly get someone to just quickly fix that. But GRIQUAS ball just inside their own half on the further side of the field. All right, GRIQUAS ball. We'll be looking for a solid line out here. GRIQUAS feed. Good pressure there from the Cheetahs. Doing well to steal, but unfortunately losing it in contact. A bit scrappy in that contact area so far. But GRIQUAS now have the advantage playing with the ball, doing well there. To recycle it, Ungara to Here's forward. She'll be looking to just knock this one up and under, put pressure on the Cheetahs. Solid kick there from Ungara. Clayton Blomichis underneath it. Well met there from Steenkamp. But Cheetahs doing well there to get back and support. Ruan Pinar feeds it to his forwards. Cheetahs just playing slightly inside their half at the moment. Very good up and under there from Ruan Pinar, contestable. Mikhali Mosi doing well there in the air as well, but unfortunately adjudged to have been a knock on there by Yaku Paper. So a frantic start there, Lula Obi. They'll scrum down, GRIQUAS ball. Now Lula Obi there in the air, but unfortunately not able to retain that ball. A bit of a stoppage here in the game. Right, but a welcome. Got a Johannes Rugby Wall saying hello. Johannes, good. Thanks for being with us. Right, pretty sort of fair start, I'll say, from these two. All right, I'd expect a couple of nerves from both camps, especially from the GRIQUAS. All right, maybe cohesion not quite there. But you'll sort of understand. I mean, the guys, a lot of them making their debuts today. All right, so I do expect it to be a bit disjointed, but I'm sure as the tournament progresses, we will see the best of the GRIQUAS. Right, please do let me know, those who've just recently joined, what your score predictions are. As it stands, right, with just 14 minutes played, both sides equal, all right, 3 apiece. All right, and I do note that the scores are in black. I do apologize at the bottom. All right, we'll see if we can just get that adjusted ASAP. But scrum down here, Cheetahs ball to have been adjudged to have been knocked on there from Luther Obi in the air. Stephen Pinar feeds there. Solid scrum from the Cheetahs. Massive scrum there from the Cheetahs and a penalty. Unfortunately, there the GRIQUAS was not able to deal with the pressure. And I had said just at the top of the show that I do expect the Cheetahs to have scrum dominance. Obviously, a much settled front row. All right, with we've got a debutante there in the front row of the GRIQUAS. Right, and obviously the experience of Scalp Ferreira and Mano Kutsia, who've done this at this level plenty of times. So very good scrum there from the Cheetahs to get the early dominance. All right, and it's always a plus to sort of establish your dominance nice and early, especially come set piece time. We've seen the Cheetahs already steal a line out of the GRIQUAS, so the GRIQUAS will be looking to sort of fix up and shore up their set piece, because obviously it makes it almost a nightmare to play without a set piece. But line out here, 10 meters, unfortunately, a missed throw there for Van der Merwe, and well picked up there in the centers by Reinhard Jonker. Unfortunately, once again, Zander taking his eyes off the ball, giving possession right back to the Cheetahs. Cheetahs being with advantage 5 meters outside the 22 of the GRIQUAS. Here, Clayton Blomichis back to David Brits, obviously former Staley's boy. All right, Salbonian, Eastern Cape born. Fantastic hands there by the Cheetahs in midfield, 5 meters center of the pitch. Right, got both sides to attack from. Ruan Pinar looking to inject a bit of pace into the game. Cheetahs going blind, playing blind. Yeah, but GRIQUAS doing very well here to sort of, meet the Cheetahs. But unfortunately, hands in the ruck there. Hands in the ruck there, and a penalty by Neil Otter. A bit too eager there. The man obviously making his GRIQUAS debut. He's done it before, just making his GRIQUAS debut today and looking to make an impact straight away. We've got Lenki Arion. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly, saying go Cheetahs. Blind Man Pepper Spray says we've seen what the Bull set piece did to the Pumas. I expect the same from the Cheetahs. Definitely. I mean, I think the game nowadays, even though we're looking for more exciting, more enterprise, I think it's still very much founded on the principles of the game that the team generally who's got the dominance at set piece time tends to walk away with the victory in most cases. So I think definitely the Cheetahs with a much more settled pack, right, with the GRIQUAS having three guys making their debuts. Right, I would expect the Cheetahs to have the dominance up front. Ruan Pienaar steps up and a fantastic kick there from the veteran. Almost said old man, but more like veteran. Right, and the Cheetahs take the lead there. The scores after 17 minutes got Cheetahs 6 and GRIQUAS 3, still working on the scoreboard. I do apologize for the black font, but we'll get that sorted in no time. So Xander will be looking to get us underway. Cheetahs again. We'll be looking to be clinical, yeah. But unfortunately, we see a little bit of an injury there. Seems like a poppy shoulder. Early change there in the forwards from the Cheetahs as we see Sergio Moreira coming on, right, for Reynard Barnard. Unfortunately, seems to have snapped the shoulder or something there. Hopefully the man comes back. Still too early in the season. I'm sure he's been working too hard for the season to have ended there. Good return there by the GRIQUAS. Right, Clayton Plomiches. Good contest in the air. GRIQUAS doing well to recover possession. And now GRIQUAS in attack. But too static, and unfortunately there, Umfana Wakasiba Goma knocking it on. Right, and once again, an unforced error. GRIQUAS in prime attacking position, having done well to get the turnover. Unfortunately, unable to keep possession. Knock on, and once again, the Cheetahs let off the hook somewhat. So we've got the Cheetahs here, center scrum, 5 meters outside their 22, attacking opportunities both sides. Right, they could literally go both sides, yeah. Prime attacking position, that's exactly where you want it. Good feed there. Good solid scrum. Go left, Franstein with his massive boot knocks this one down the field, but well judged there by the GRIQUAS 15 in Ashland David. Right. Oh, good play there from the Cheetahs. A couple of offloads in the tackle. Doing well there to maintain possession. They're 5 meters from the touchline, 10 meters into the half of the GRIQUAS. GRIQUAS getting up there. Unfortunately, passes not quite sticking at this early stage. Right, too many hitting the deck, but too frantic. Ruan Pienaar spotting space behind the GRIQUAS winger. Very good kick in the corner, good pressure, but good interplay there from Luther Obi and Ashland Davids to, at least for the time being, get rid of a bit of pressure. But yeah, very good awareness there from the experienced Ruan Pienaar spotting the space, and it almost turned into a hamding of a kick. But GRIQUAS doing well there to cover the space, all right, and Ashland able to knock it out. Once again, missed line out there from the Cheetahs. Line out's not quite functioning. All right, so the GRIQUAS, once again, they're doing well. That's 2 lineouts now in a row from the Cheetahs. Fundamental will want to sort that out as soon as possible. All right, once again, there, GRIQUAS let off the hook. Right, set piece, at least line out time, not quite functioning. Just seems as though the Cheetahs not on the same wavelength so far. As we look there again, once again, but unfortunately, GRIQUAS losing it there on the ground. But Yakupepa playing no advantage. Scrum down here, just outside the 22 of the Cheetahs. Of the GRIQUAS, my bad, GRIQUAS ball. Right, they'll be looking to knock this one out and play in sort of Cheetahs territory. You don't want to be doing too much playing, but that'll be a massive booster for the GRIQUAS. Unfortunately, it's Scott Pereira there being penalized. As we look again, Scott Pereira, you are being adjudged to be scrumming in there. So GRIQUAS, yeah, with an opportunity just outside the 10-meter of the Cheetahs. Massive carry there from Siba in midfield, but unfortunately looks like stripped in the tackle. Yeah, Cheetahs doing well there to win that in the tackle. Right, Michali Mosi doing well to clean it up. Victor Kekete must be one of the tallest. Unfortunately, once again, forced pause there by the Cheetahs, leading to an unforced error. Right now, GRIQUAS with an opportunity on the 22-meter line of the. Almost worked out there for the GRIQUAS. Half break there from the prop. The man making his debut in the loose head. Eddie Davids, right, freeing his hands, but unfortunately, as he was about to offload, the ball knocked on, and yeah, it was advantage GRIQUAS by the look of things. Once again, a bit scrappy, a bit all over the place. Once again, yeah, just the game a bit now just a bit disjointed. Right, both sides just trying to force matters a bit. Right, and I think they just both need to just settle. Got Johannes here with the question saying, what do you think will be the savior of the Stormers and the Western Province? I want Eddie Jones to come to the Stormers after he ended with England. He was anyway supposed to come to the Stormers in the first place. Johannes, listen, I'm a massive Stormers fan. All right, I love them. I love the Stormers. I've loved their brand of rugby for the longest time, but it just seems as though I think they haven't settled sort of into a structure and a way to play ever since I think sort of Alistair Couture left. Right, Alistair Couture played a very defensive dominated game plan, and I think since then, with all the coaches who've come, it's we haven't had a clear blueprint in terms of how we want to play down there, and as a result, it's just been killing us. I'd say that it's just been killing us. I really don't know. Let's see how they go in this sort of Currie Cup, because I think the Stormers have always had the pack. I mean, if you look historically with the Springboks, we arguably, after the Blue Bulls had their run, the Stormers have been sort of the feeder for the Boks. You can think of Siya Kolisi, Etzebeth, Peter Steff, Kitsov, Franz Mahalba, Bongi, Skara. So we've had a lot of Boks, especially in our pack, but it just seems we haven't been able to put it all together, right? So I think there's a change of culture now. Seemingly, we've got new coaches into the Currie Cup setup. I like Kabamba. I've been listening a lot to sort of his interviews, and he seems as though he's the management at least seem a bit bullish now. All right, I think Dobson has been also a bit soft. All right, yeah, it would be lovely to get Eddie Jones in, but I think even Jimmy Stonehouse, I think if there's a local sort of manager I would like to see in such a system with a team that can do well, because I think he's done so brilliantly with the Pumas, building that franchise, and sort of they've always been competitive when it comes to that. We've got this. It's not rugby. So Lukanya, do you know Squid Rugby? I do. Yes, I do know a bit of Squid Rugby. Indeed, I do watch a bit of his analysis. Very good, very good. And unfortunately, this is not rugby, it's baby girl. We try. All right, and unfortunately cannot make up the other text. But back to the action. So we've got Johan Sorry saying Alistair Couture was good with the Stormers, but terrible with the Box. Definitely. I think also, yeah, with the Box, it was a matter of did he have the autonomy that he had at the Stormers? Was he able to sort of assemble the management team that he ideally wanted? Right, there were a lot of sort of, it almost seemed as though the team was also selected for him, but that's besides the point. But I do agree with you on face value that definitely did much better at the Stormers as compared with the Box. Right. So back to the action. 25 minutes played. Right. And we do still have the Cheetahs in the lead, leading 6-3. Right. And here the Cheetahs are in the GRIQUAS. Oh, unfortunately, they're unable to keep it in the line out. But very good defensive work there from the Cheetahs. And they're able to force the GRIQUAS out. Maybe a little reprieve there. Lucky to get away with that. All right, a bit scrappy. They line out. Unfortunately, Cheetahs not able to sort of form that line out and get it going. But luckily for them, they have yet another opportunity. As we see there, Mzwanele Zito. Mzwanele Zito there taking a bit of a breather. It seems as though he took a bit of a knock in the shoulder. Just roll it out, mate. Get a bit of ice on it and get it on with the game. Yeah, a bit of a break. Your honest rugby say Alistair was good with the R. The reason why our URC teams are so terrible is because all our good players are playing overseas teams, as well as our good coaches. More than half the Springbok team is playing overseas. Could see I must never come back to the Box. Would love to see him coming back to the Stormers. No, yeah, I agree with you. I think his record with the Box wasn't that great. Definitely, I think he still has value in the South African system, right? Whether that be at whatever level, right? With either of the franchises, I think the one sad thing, and you just alluded to, is the fact that also our rugby knowledge through our coaches has all been taken up in Europe. All right, all our best coaches are in Europe. All right, so it's always beneficial for a rugby to have sort of that rugby IQ in our country within our borders. And yeah, certainly all like I mean, you can just about create about three sides of South Africans based overseas. And I think that just goes back to what Jake White said in his recent article, if you've read it, Johan, just in terms of, he thinks that maybe we should cap the Box, sort of bring back the rule that was there before Rassie took over, right, in terms of being eligible to play for Box if you're playing within the country. But obviously, we then also need to offset and balance that with how strong the Box will actually be, because unfortunately, as we have it, our rand cannot compete with the currencies of the overseas players. But Cheetahs here in attack, right on the far end, coming back, looking to sort of open up the game. I've got Craig Barry there, linking things up. Give it to him, mate. Mihlali Mosi, unfortunately, not able to link up there with his teammates. Right, Cheetahs looked very good there, taking it side to side. All right, opening up a bit of the game and able to get sort of into the GRIQUAS half, but GRIQUAS equally doing well with the scramble defense there to force the Cheetahs out. And yeah, Michele Mosi perhaps should have stayed in field. Right, I'm sure when he looks at that, should have just had a little, step inside, keep the ball alive. But was probably backed his pace. What an exciting young player. Watched him play for I've watched him play for Wusu in the Varsity Shield, to NMMU in the Varsity Cup. So it's awesome to see him graduating into the Cheetahs Currie Cup squad, obviously having signed last year with the boys. Got a bit of a stoppage once again. Couple of men just with quick running repairs. All right, a couple of guys just getting a bit of water. And I must admit, sort of with 30 minutes gone in this game, it's been a bit of a scrappy game. All right, too many unforced errors, and I think both sides just trying to force issues a bit. All right, I think just need to settle, run a couple of phases, and just put the defensive teams under pressure as it currently stands. Too many offloads, too many 50-50 passes, and as a result, not able to be cohesive and put together, a winning formula. But you've got the Cheetahs much better set here with their more, unfortunately, playing advantage there. Franstein looking for the chip, but is regathered. Franstein with launching attack just made it inside the 22 of the GRIQUAS, 15 meters in from the closest touchline. Ruan Pinaria cross kick, all it be gathered. A bit too much air there, but Craig Berry up. But Cheetahs, they're always playing an advantage. No advantage. Offside there by the GRIQUAS, and that was all because of the work done by Franstein, initially being able to get over the advantage line, and as a result, the GRIQUAS never able to get back on side. We've got Jacob Paper giving Cheetahs an opportunity to choose. So we'll come back, penalty for the Cheetahs. Right, 10 meters in from the touchline on the 22. Ruan Pinar steps up, knocks it on the corner. Seems as though the Cheetahs are a bit British now. Maybe confident with the more, right? They definitely have the more dominant pack, right? And I would expect them, if they're able to put this more together, to be able to maul this one over. But I'm sure the GRIQUAS will be looking to stop. Going to the back, risky, but well taken there from Michali Mosi. Right, GRIQUAS initially doing well there to stop the more, but Jacob Paper judging that the players of the GRIQUAS coming in from the side. So Cheetahs playing a bit of an advantage here. Are the Cheetahs over this time? And the try is awarded. And Fundamarva, is it? Yeah, Fundamarva, the try scorer there. As often, hookers tend to be in those situations, and I'm sure that will just give him a bit more confidence. Obviously, lineouts not functioning as they should, but he's been able to hit the last two lineouts, which, that one was the one that was very important. Hitting it, and he's able to cross over. Just bullish there. Once again, Cheetahs using the forward pack, more dominant forward pack, much bigger. And the Cheetahs are over. To extend their lead, will Ruan Pinar be able to add the 2 additional points? Right, as it stands, right, Cheetahs 11, GRIQUAS 3, with Ruan Pinar with an opportunity to turn the 5 points into 7 points after a very good dominant drive there from the Cheetahs. Right, and an eventual try scorer there, the man in the 2 jumper. We've got Manus van der Merwe. Ruan Pinar trying to ensure that the lead is 10 points, right, with 8 minutes to play until halftime. Can he add the 2 additional points? Relatively simple kick. All right, 15 in from the touchline. Steps up. Good with the angle as a right footer. And indeed, he has the 2 points. And with those 2 points, the Cheetahs extend their lead from 3 points to 10 points. All right, and with 8 minutes, so just short of 8 minutes to play, we've got the Cheetahs 13, GRIQUAS 3. Got Kevin Thomas saying, I honestly think Alistair was cheated badly with the box. I have to agree with you, mate. All right, there was a lot. It just seemed as though the man never fully got the power that obviously as a head coach you want to have the freedom to choose sort of your squad, your team, your coaching management, and just reading in between the lines, that never seemed to be the case. But alas, right, very good kick there from Clayton. And Ashlon Davids equally returning. What a fantastic kick, taking play 5 meters inside the Cheetahs half. We've got Johan again saying with the comments there, please do. All right, if you've just joined us, please let's interact in the comment section. All right, I think Currie Cup, let's talk Currie Cup, let's talk everything about rugby, South Africa, you know, squads, everything. Let's just have it. They've got Johan saying, well, the Irish, Welsh, Scottish, English, and French don't just have the best players in their teams, but also players from overseas. Like Leinster have James Lowe from New Zealand, Munster have Achim Snyman, Konrad Bandiaki. That's why those teams are so good overseas, because they do the job that help them from countries not in their own. Yeah, again, Johan, I think obviously it helps to have international superstars in your team. All right, the level of practice in terms of the standards that you set at practice, the knowledge, right, it's so much higher, and that's why the exodus of our SA-based players, right, it might not even be the Springboks, even just our best players within our franchises. It kills our rugby, and I think that's why sort of Jake White has been calling out to ensure that, you know, let's maybe cap it and say if you're playing overseas you can't play, but obviously how do you measure that up? How many players will we lose? Will we have a competitive Springbok team? Can we actually afford to have those teams back on our shores? So I think it's time for SA Rugby to overlook, and maybe that's a chat that we can have at halftime. I'll give my thoughts in terms of all of that. Got Johan saying, shocking news, Squidge selected Ali Price as the scrum half of the year 22, not Antoine Dupont. Yeah, I think it's always a preference thing. It's always a preference thing, right? But Cheetahs, yeah, back to the action. Cheetahs, yeah, doing very well to once again make their way up into the GRIQUAS half, right? And once again, yeah, they've got an opportunity to extend their lead further, right? GRIQUAS just simply cannot keep up with the Cheetahs at this point, right? Cheetahs just dominating the collision point, and as a result, Cheetahs are able to get behind the GRIQUAS with a certain level of ease now. I think the forwards sort of coming into their own, right, winning every single collision, getting over the advantage line, right, which obviously makes it a nightmare for any defending team to be able to defend that. And Cheetahs, yeah, players not rolling away. Once again, yeah, Cheetahs have got an opportunity. Bit of stoppage here and play once again. Fortunately, the man making his GRIQUAS debut, Neil Otto, all right, feeling the shoulder a bit, and yeah, it's been a very physical Cheetahs side coming, all guns blazing, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the Cheetahs opt to do. Do they go for the poles, or with the 10-point lead, knock it to the corner? Now it seems as though Ruan Pinar will look to add a further 3 points. Right, should be an easy one. Comfortable kick here. Steps up, knocks it over, adds 2 more to his tally today, and extends the lead further to 12 points. Sorry, yeah, to 13 points. So we see a change there as Katia makes way, right, for Conrad van Vuren. Massive fan of this boy. Gets through a lot of work. And we also see a change there at hooker for the Cheetahs with Louis van der Westhuizen coming on for Marnus van der Merwe. Maybe just, you know, pre-planned by the look of things. Right. But Cheetahs, Clayton Blomich here, looking to go big, but unfortunately not able to find touch. Well taken there from Ashton Davids, but equally well met there in the tackle by the change, or Aluluto Chakweni also on the field. Right, I didn't see that. Good carry there from Steenkamp, unfortunately losing it in contact. Once again, Clayton Blomich is picking it up, looking to launch an attack. Good offload there. Michali Mosi beating the first defender. Setting it up there, sort of Cheetahs just inside their half. Are looking to spread it here. Clayton cross kick here. Oh, fantastic kick there from Clayton Blomich. Well taken there on the wing initially by Enver Brandt. Right now, Cheetahs looking to launch an attack here. They've got the GRIQUAS scrambling. Oh, David Brits, you beaut. What an inside step. Oh, fantastic play there from David Brits. Fantastic inside step. Breaking the line, and he is indeed underneath the poles. Fantastic try there from David Brits. Well done there from the Cheetahs. Very good, enterprising rugby. And all of a sudden, it seems like the Cheetahs have found the stride. Right, GRIQUAS simply cannot keep up. As we look again at the replay, David Brits doing very well there to straighten. Fantastic step, right? Spotting the mismatch with tight forwards in front of him and is able to get over. Fantastic step there from David Brits. Say, cutting right in between the lock and the prop, right? And is able to cross over underneath the poles untouched. Fantastic score there from David Brits, adding 5 more points to the Cheetahs tally, and expect Ruan Pinar to be able to knock this one over and make it a 20-point lead here for the Cheetahs. Yep. Cheetahs in full swing now. As we see there again, all started with the Clayton Bromiches identifying the space behind Enver Brandt with a very good run, very good support equally there, right? And they were able to recycle, quick ball, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the pitch, mismatch, David Brits with the tighties in front of him, massive inside step, in, out, and the man untouched underneath the pole. So almost half time now. Right, got just over a minute until half time. Right, GRIQUAS look a bit dejected. Yeah, they'll have to find something well taken there from Victor Skekete. Cheetahs able to recycle, yeah. But once again, very good carry there from the Cheetahs. France-Dane Cheetahs looking to run from deep inside their own half. They're confident now. They're David Brits, unfortunately, Craig Berry overrunning it there slightly. Right, and once again, an unforced error there by the GRIQUAS. Yeah, unfortunately, no look pass there from Brits. Right, so once again, it was a fantastic opportunity. Right, but Craig Berry had overrun that slightly. But Brits once again doing well to get on the outside of Luther Obi. And a bit of an no look. Seems as though Craig Berry was anticipating the chip and chase. Right, slightly overrunning that. Poor communication, unforced error. But the GRIQUAS have got a line out here inside the territory of the Cheetahs. Right, further side, 5 meters inside the half of the Cheetahs. Well fed there by the GRIQUAS. Ungara to Zander. Haven't called that name up too much. Right, Zander takes it up into the attack. Let's see what the GRIQUAS can put together here. Could carry there in midfield from the forwards. Ashton Davis changing direction. Chris Hollis, a very strong young man, doing very well there in the tackle, able to get the GRIQUAS over the advantage line. Good carry there from Zwanele Zito. Could have flown on the ground. Good continuity from the GRIQUAS. Can they score before halftime? It seems as though a very good interplay there from the GRIQUAS. Question is, was that not a forward pass? Right, if not, a fantastic score there, fantastic offload off the ground. Chris Wallace keeping it alive in the point of contact, and Luther Obi is able to cross over and reduce the lead just before halftime. But yeah, GRIQUAS doing well to keep the ball alive. Just checking, yeah, if there was no infringement. Yeah, Luther initially doing well there on the ground with the offload to Chris. Chris linked it up well. Ungarai, was that forward? Ooh. That's the question. Up to the TMO, was that forward? A decision, yeah, for the officials to make. The question is, was that forward, did that offload over the top? I think it'll be a shame if it was. Good pick up there from Luther. Fantastic offload of the ground. Nothing wrong there. Hollis doing very well. Right. Good offload there to Otto. That's the question. Did go forward to Ungarai. The question is it forward out of the hand? Oh, touch and go. I think it'll be a pity if that is called a forward pass. Yeah, unfortunately, Otto not able to give a solid offload there. Unfortunately, that try, what would have been a very fantastic try, unfortunately chalked off. But the GRIQUAS are playing with a bit of an advantage there. I'm sure GRIQUAS will be looking to at least get on the score sheet one more time, having opened the scoring early on in this contest. But unfortunately, haven't been able to add any further points. Set up the drive there. Fortunately, not going anywhere, so forcing the ball back. Making their way inside the Cheetahs. 22 Cheetahs will be looking to close up shop here going into halftime. But GRIQUAS also equally determined to get onto the scoreboard. Fantastic defense there from the Cheetahs, pushing, forcing the GRIQUAS back. Oh, good counteract there from the Cheetahs. Very bullish when it comes to the contact stuff and forcing a turnover there. I'm sure they'll look to kick this one out or looking to attack from the half. Oh, unfortunately, once again, forcing play, knocking it on. GRIQUAS here once again afforded an opportunity here by the Cheetahs, right, to get onto the scoreboard. Well, at least to add onto the scoreboard. A bit scrappier, no advantage. Will Yakupe Pablo for halftime, yeah. Fortunately, Cheetahs playing the ball on the ground. What do the GRIQUAS do? Yeah, do they go for the line or do they go for 3 points? And I think being 20 points behind, you're better off just knocking this one in the corner and seeing Zander does just that, right? And the GRIQUAS will have possibly the last say in the half, as they have an attacking opportunity with that penalty, knocking out on the 5-meter line of the Cheetahs. So GRIQUAS inside the 22 of the Cheetahs, 5 meters out, right, with the line out here, and an opportunity to set up a more and see if they can add on the 3 points which they got in the opening 7 minutes of the game. Pressure throw here from Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen finds his jumper. Right, bit of interplay there from the GRIQUAS, back of the line out. Very good tackle there on the GRIQUAS player. GRIQUAS looking with the forwards coming around the corner. Oh, grueling stuff. Good carry, but equally well met there on defense by the Cheetahs. Cheetahs have been unforgiving on D. Oh, Chris Wallace smashed in the tackle. Cheetahs once again doing very well, but unfortunately, there's Sekikete coming in from the side. Yakupe will have a word here with the Cheetahs, but too many infringements, right? But I must say, I love the intensity from the Cheetahs. Absolutely relentless in their 22. Ruan Pinaria, with using all his experience, calling in his boys just to buy a second or two extra, giving them a breather. Just telling his boys that one more massive defensive effort here, boys, before we go into the locker room. You cannot let them come through. Some of those 10 couple tap and play. GRIQUAS about 8 meters away from the try line of the Cheetahs, center of the field. He feeds it to Siba. Uma, very good carry there, getting over the advantage line. Oh, Ungarai, good pass. GRIQUAS now 2 meters out from the try line of the Cheetahs. Can they add on their 3 points just before halftime? Yeah, the time is up. We're 7 minutes into it. Stephen Ungarai trying to go for the lob kick. Mate, what is that? And just like that, the half is over. Poor decision there from Ungarai. So going into halftime, we've got the Cheetahs 23 and the GRIQUAS 3. And I think, yeah, sort of slow start there from the Cheetahs and from the pack. But I think once they got it going, showing their clear dominance, Cheetahs getting over the advantage line when it comes to the point of contact. All right. And obviously, GRIQUAS just not able to scramble. And as a result, giving away too many penalties in critical areas of the field. And yeah, what's been impressive about the Cheetahs is the fact that when they do visit the 22 of the opposition, they are able to walk away with points. So halftime, 23 Cheetahs, 3 GRIQUAS. Those, please quickly go grab a beverage of choice. We'll water the side, just a bit of a detox. You know, December was December. Boy, just taking it easy. But yeah, there's been an interesting chat happening here on sort of our comment section. So those who will be staying with me, all right, let's actually chat about this, right? Comment section, please do, please do just drop your comments. The whole conversation is centered around, I think the good starting point is Jake White, right? And what Jake White said recently in terms of Springboks selection, that perhaps, right, with the massive exodus of our players, right, and I think he's just fearing that he might lose a couple of his youngsters as well. Arkhlo, I'd imagine, is on the radar of a lot of the European sort of clubs. All right, so Jake White came out and said that he thinks it's time that the Boks revert back to their old system, right, whereby they had basically you could only be selected for the Boks if you're playing within the country, unless you've got 35 caps, I think, or more. Then you can be selected from outside. So what are your thoughts on that, right? And the whole premise of that is we've seen obviously some of our franchises struggle in the United Rugby Championship, right, with a massive exodus, and basically what I call basically our franchise are run by kids as things stand, very young players, right, who've been sort of the ones playing in the United Rugby Championship, especially considering that the Boks were away on Springbok duty. All right, so yeah, what are your thoughts on that? So we've got Kutenda Makwamaya saying if Archie Snyman can't get Bok time this year or any game time, his place could be at risk with Ori, Nico, Jan van Rensburg, Morat possibly stepping up blocks for Rugby World Cup 2023, Eben, Luat, Franco, and Marvin. I think that's more of a question. I think, yeah, Achille Snyman, I think if he's not injured, he definitely walks into just about any national side, any team in the world. So I think with Achille Snyman, it's just a matter of him being able to get back onto the pitch. And I think pretty much like Luat, I don't think Luat has played too many franchise or club games, right? But he always seems to be just fit in time for Boks selection. And I think if Achille Snyman can also sort of be fit in time to be effective for the Boks, I don't see any issues, right, with him sort of being selected for the Boks, because I think it's just fantastic. A mobile lock who's devastating in the tight and in the loose. I mean, is there a better lock to bring on sort of with a couple of 20 minutes left of the game? I don't think so. I don't think there's anyone better suited to sort of inject into a game, to open it up, to be physical, and also to keep your dominance when it comes to set piece. So I think Achille Snyman just about walks into any single starting lineup. It's just a matter of can he stay fit. I think that is the biggest question. We've got Albert Van Lingen saying, go Cheetahs, Frans Steyn still strong. Yeah, I think Frans Steyn, once he played that was the Bok game, and ever since he's just been running around like a youngster all of a sudden. I think he's just been re-energized. and it seems as though he's a new player, so the plenty of mileage in his leg. But Johannes Rugby saying, do you think it will be a wise decision to make Gregory Townsend the new Springbok backline coach? He will actually teach the Boks to use the backline properly, as proven with Scotland's backline. I think without a doubt that Gregory Townsend is arguably him, along with the French coach, I would say arguably the best attacking coaches in world rugby. And when I look at our backline at this point, I look at our centre pairing, I look at our outside backs, right? And I mean, there aren't too many nations that have got a better backline, if we are being honest. So I think Gregory Townsend will definitely add if he were to be sort of a new Springbok backline. But I think the issue with the Springbok currently is the culture and sort of the game plan. I think a lot of sort of the reason why we've got this pragmatic sort of approach to the game is not necessarily to do with the coach, like the backline coach or anything. I think it's the general philosophy of the team as currently stand. Playing that dominant territory forward dominated game plan, right? Which I think they will need to develop at some stage, right? And I think we saw against England that we can play, right? I mean, we've got Damian Diallo, who's arguably the best inside center. Lukanya, there is no better 13 in the world currently, right? So we've got these exciting, and I mean, our outside backs, Mapimpi, amazing finisher, Cheslin Colby, unbelievable, Villy on his day, right? And obviously with Galant and Fassi possibly taking over from him in the back line. So I think Gregory obviously would add, but I don't think it's the coaching that's the issue. I think it's the philosophy from the head coach in terms of how you're trying to play. And I think if we can just slightly tweak that, we'll be able to see the best of what we have in store. Because again, in the World Cup final, I think that was the most attacking I've ever seen the Boks. So that does show that we do have the ability. We've got Albert van Lingen again saying Jake's dreaming of a rand that's 1-to-1 with euro and pound. Exactly. I think it boils down to that. Unfortunately, a playing career, all right, at 38, you might say, you're old, but in relation to life, you're pretty young. You've got your whole life ahead of you. And the one question is, if you've got the opportunity to go overseas, earn massive amounts, before you are able to retire, the question is, why not, right? Playing career is relatively short, right? The last thing you want to do is to step away from the rugby without having at least established base for you to then take on life. Because as you know, many of these guys, right, rugby has been their life since high school. Since stepping out of high school, they haven't had too many opportunities to study and do all the other things. So rugby, they need to maximize, and rugby is a very sporting career in general, actually, is very short lived. But yeah, we have time now. Obviously, the Cheetahs 23, GRIQUAS 3. Right, Hobbit says, I think the current Bok backline will just get better. Not playing for 2 years hurt them. Yeah, absolutely. All right. And I do think, I do want Pollard to find form. I really do. But I think a lot of our issues lie with the fly off. I mean, I look at the other fly offs currently playing for the other nations. In Tamak, you've got Farrell, Marcus Smith for England. Even for Australia, you've got Quaid, you've got Lulosilo, you've got Sexton playing for Ireland. And the frightening thing is all of those fly offs are actually better than Pollard at this stage. And I think a lot of our issues lie with him, right? And I think if he can just get a bit of form, pick up a bit of form, because I find that he seems a bit too lethargic. He seems a bit too reliant on the kicking game plan and not sort of thinking on his feet. And unfortunately, that is, as it stands, killing our backline and the momentum. So they say forward rugby is our DNA, but the backline is also the Springbok DNA with the likes of Mapimpi, Jalini Colby, and if we can get Townsend to coach these guys, then we will be epic. Definitely agree with you. I mean, when I look at our backline as it currently stands for the Springboks, there aren't too many changes I'd make, right? Even in World Rugby to get guys in, there are not too many players that I'll get in because I think the guys are just in fantastic form, hitting their peak. They're all sort of late 20s, all right, and they actually ready to just explode, and that is just my opinion. Kutenda saying, did you know the weekend special has played 10 and 12 in age grade days? Fassi has proven to be impactful in his 2 Springbok caps. He could outshine Willemse for utility duties, if not Creel for utility. Okay, let's start with Creel. I'm definitely not a fan. No, not Creel. All right. But yeah, I think actually Apelele's best position, and I think he could possibly end up retiring there, right, as he gets older, as he picks up muscle mass, obviously depending. But I've seen him play his best rugby at 12. For Dale, he was just, yeah, he was amazing at 12. All right. So definitely seen him. I've seen him play 10, 12, 15. Apelele is the weekend special, and it's no coincidence that he's named that the weekend special, because I do think that he is indeed a very, 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 very special player, right? But I also equally do think that in the packing order, unfortunately, for the 15 jersey, Warwick Galant is ahead of him. I'll say that. I think Galant is just he's unreal, and I do hope that he will get an opportunity to sort of stake a claim on the 15 jersey. Obviously, not in the squad as things stand, but we saw with the rugby championship before COVID struck. I think he even won player of the month, the 1 month that the Stormers. He just made the competition look so easy. You know, Galant is just not just a fantastic talent, but also a very fantastic brain, like a rugby brain. You hear him speak about rugby, and you'll quickly understand why he is so good. And I personally rate him. I think he's simply world class. Johannes saying it's complete nonsense that only forward rugby is our DNA. A lot of what Charles last year was with the backline. A few times we used the backline, we actually scored. Again, why would you be so over reliant on the forward DNA, right? If you've got the most devastating winger in the world in Cheslin Colby, but equally one of the best finishers in world rugby in Makazola Mapimpi. And you've got arguably the best 13. I mean, Lukanya what he does when he's on the ball, it's just amazing. You know, it's just amazing. But yeah, I think it's time for us to evolve, right? There's nothing wrong with us setting base as a forward dominated sort of rugby team. But I think when opportunities do present themselves, especially considering how dominant our forward pack is when it comes up against other forward packs, I think there is room there for us to attack, because I cannot, for the life of me, excuse you kicking in the opposition 22 when you've gotten over the advantage line. You can't. I don't care what your DNA is. You can't explain that to me. All right. I simply will not. Yeah. I simply cannot. Yeah. Cannot understand. But we're back, not too far away from the restart of the second half. Right. Obviously, Cheetahs here in a commanding position. Right. 23-3 are the scores. All right, and we've got here Clayton Blomacheese, who will take us underway. All right, Clayton Blomacheese with Cheetahs, second half, playing from left to right on our screens. All right, a very good kick there from Clayton Blomacheese, and we are away for our second half. Right, much better sort of set there from the GRIQUAS. All right, Ungarai there with a box kick. Clayton Blomachi is unfortunately unable to collect there in the air. Siba mopping up now. Crickles with an opportunity. Zander on the ball. Good step there from Zander, taking play to a halfway, literally bang straight center in the middle of the park on the halfway line. Right, Crickles are playing with advantage. Unfortunately, too many hands there from the Cheetahs, not allowing the ball out. Little scoop there from Ungarai, but well covered there by the experienced Ruan Pina. So couple of things that the GRIQUAS will be looking to shore up right forward, looking to shore up in the forwards a bit in this half. Right, unfortunately, Michael Mosi is a bit too eager there. Right, losing his footing. Zander here knocking that ball out. Right, 15 meters away from the try line of the Cheetahs. But Albert Lingan saying arrange a proper, I assume 2 or 3 A games for the Boks and Fasil Khalan to show what they can do before we get going. I mean, ideally that's what we'd want, and I would actually like to see more of that. I would actually like to see sort of the A or 15s right across the world. I mean, imagine if we can have as a curtain raiser, if the Springboks are playing New Zealand, if we could have, the Mario All Blacks up against the SAA. It'll be fantastic. And I think sort of with COVID around, obviously these squads are big, but I think also international players need to be playing rugby. I think it's sad to see a youngster go child bench 9 months, not playing any rugby. Oh, fantastic start here from the GRIQUAS, fantastic maul, and they are over 15-meter maul. And the captain there, Steenkamp, is a man standing up with the ball. Fantastic start there from the GRIQUAS. Right, adding 5 points and first on the board here in the second half. But as I was saying, I think it'll be fantastic. It's just sad to, we get all excited for when a youngster makes it into the Springbok setup, right? But unfortunately, then he doesn't get to play at all, right? And he spent 12 weeks, 3 months, no rugby. And I think any sportsman, for you to get better, you need to actually be playing. Right, as we see a very good start here from the GRIQUAS. Right, rumbling forward, and Steenkamp, the skipper, is over, and Zander will be looking to add the 2 additional points to cut the deficit to 13 points. Zander stepping up, and they have the 2 points. Flags are fantastic kick there from the man, sort of 2 meters from the touchline. Those are never easy, but obviously with the angle as a right footer, the one thing you wanted to actually be on the left-hand side. Just makes it a bit easier. But a fantastic start there from the GRIQUAS, a very clinical catch off the kickoff. Good exit. All right. Plenty of pressure on the Cheetahs, and they are able to strike first blood, as they did, obviously, in the first half. Once again, very good clean up there. Very good take from the kickoff. Right, boom, Zito with a good carry. Right, Ungara once again. Stock standard, clinical, but unfortunately not the best of kicks there. Brandt doing well to collect that, and all of a sudden now Cheetahs on the attack. Clayton Blomiches with a counter pass to Craig Barry. Craig Barry draws his man, straightens. A fantastic step there from Brits again. Links up. Ooh! Clayton Blomiches was already hit up, buddy. He saw the lights already in the gap, but unfortunately unable to collect. But Brits once again doing very well. Seems to favor that sort of right foot step, right, but doing well to keep it alive, stepping in field. But the Cheetahs, fortunately there for them, were playing the advantage. GRIQUAS never got back onside, right, and once again here, the Cheetahs have an opportunity to knock this one in the corner. Ruan Pinar does just that. And just like that, within 5 minutes, actually 3 minutes of the GRIQUAS scoring, right, as we look there again, David Brits, fantastic stepping infield, linking up with Clayton. Clayton taking his eyes off the ball. Already saw his name in lights. Definitely would have been in there for a score, but Cheetahs here with another opportunity. GRIQUAS doing well in the line-out time. But unfortunately, Mosi alert there, cleaning it up well. Initially interrupted there from the GRIQUAS. Franz Steyn losing in the contact, trying to keep it alive. Craig Barry keeping it alive. GRIQUAS doing very well to force the Cheetahs back onto the 22 center of the field. Ooh, seems as though the GRIQUAS definitely had a good talking into. Certainly GRIQUAS have come out in the second half looking more determined, at least up front. All right, they look a bit more bullish. But we'll see if they are able to last for the whole sort of 40 minutes, because as we did see in the first half, they started well, stayed in the fight, but unfortunately were not able to last, and the Cheetahs sort of ran away with it as the game progressed. But Cheetahs here with prime attacking ball, scrum just 2 meters inside the 22 of the GRIQUAS, slap bang in the middle of the field. So they've got an opportunity to go either side. All right, so this is sort of, if you're having a free hit, run your moves. All right, you trigger move if ever. This is prime position, exactly where you want it. But first things first, we'll have to win the scrum. All right, Ruan Pinar here with the feed. Will they go left or right? They tend to go right. Oh, GRIQUAS there with a fantastic shove. Oh, but unfortunately, Yakupepa deeming that they just stood up. Right, a very good shove there initially by Yano Bota, putting a lot of pressure on the youngster Waluluto. Chakwan, obviously, the former SAN 20 player. Yeah, very good assignment. He's going to be put, he's going to be examined, yeah. Obviously, Bota, the much more experienced prop. All right. But I think also Eddie David's doing very well. But unfortunately, Yako Paper deeming that to have just stood up. So it'll be a retake. All right. Cheetahs here with yet another opportunity. Couch touch set. Yeah, a bit messy there, I think. The new front row of the Cheetahs. All right. Brand new front row. Just taking a bit of time to settle. Right, obviously, this is a key scrum. GRIQUAS looking to get the dominance and push the Cheetahs sort of out of their half, but equally, the Cheetahs trying to gain a bit of dominance here and ensure they're able to strike a right back. Obviously, GRIQUAS first to draw blood in the second half with the score from the captain, Steenkamp. Steady scrum there from the Cheetahs, rambling forward now. Controlled at the back. Second shove by the GRIQUAS. Ziakaman up front. Definitely both teams having a proper go at each other. Cheetahs there with initial shove, but the GRIQUAS doing very well to stay in the fight and able to counter shove. And Yakupepa once again deeming that to have gone straight up. Right, so it will be a reset scrum here. So once again, scrum still in the same position, sort of 2 meters inside the 22 of the GRIQUAS. Cheetahs ball, right, slap bang in the middle, prime attacking ball. Many moves that you're under practice with your Hail Marys. It's for situations like these. Let's see if the Cheetahs will be able to strike back here in the second half. Steady scrum once again from the Cheetahs. Ball at Michalimos' feet. Ron Pinard picking up and going to the right. Clayton Bromwich, simple as you want. Is Craig Barry in the corner. Simple 9, loop around. Clayton Bromwich, they stacked up the right side, and I'm sure the GRIQUAS might have anticipated that it'll go that side. But a fantastic pass there by Clayton Bromwich is able to put Craig Barry away. Right, as we look again. Boom, fantastic counter pass from Ruan Pinar initially. Craig Barry in the corner. Luther Obi looking to cover that. Try not confirmed yet, but by the look of things, it seems as though Craig Barry was in. A very good reply and response there from the Cheetahs. Ooh, tight there. Yeah, Yakupepa will have to have a look at that. A bit too tight for my liking as well. It might have seemed as though Craig Barry stepped simultaneously as he was about to dart down the ball, stepped on the line. Right, I think the line might have just got. Yeah, but as we look in the slow down, Luther Obi doing well to get there. Barry, come on, hit us with the Superman. I think Craig Barry might just be out there. I think Luther Obi might have just done enough. Yeah, Craig Barry, I think looking back at that, you would have rather, just taken off. Let's take off the ground, mate. Yeah, definitely foot in touch. Fantastic defensive effort there by Luther. Right, that's clear to see. So GRIQUAS will have a line out 5 meters out of outside of the try line. Or is it, yeah, definitely they're in touch first. Craig Barry, looking at that, might just, would have been better off with the dive. As we have a look once again. Yeah, I think the TMO, come on. I think foot in touch. Definitely foot in touch. So Luther would be doing very well there to cover Craig Barry, but I think Craig Barry would have been better off there with a little dive. Right, as we've seen the sort of the finishes nowadays, very athletic. But anyway, Griq was doing well there to get their line out, and Ungarai doing very well. Quickly taken there from the Cheetahs, looking to counter once again. Setting up play just inside the GRIQUAS half. One penalty playing his forwards, but equally well met there. A good tackle there from the GRIQUAS. Knock on, Mr. F. Well done. As I said, yeah, GRIQUAS just looked a bit more bullish in the second half. Right, forwards just hitting a bit harder, meeting the Cheetahs behind the advantage line. And the fantastic tackle there from Uzito. Was it? No, it was Siba. Good hit there on Adon Davids by Siba. And unfortunately, Adon there dislodging the ball and losing it in the tackle. Yeah, I think the debutant, Eddie Davids, just feeling it a bit. Obviously making his Currie Cup, stepping up to this level. So feeling it a bit in the legs. I think it's been a tussle there in the scrums. Right, and then he's been pretty good in the loose as well with the few carries he's had. Seemingly able to just, knock and get over the advantage line. So just back to the comments as we just hit a bit of a break. Sorry about that. We've got Johan saying who will win the 2023 Rugby World Cup. And I think for those who are actually watching, what are your predictions? Who do you think will win the 2023 World Cup? Johannes asking who would it be? Daddy South Africa, little boy New Zealand, baby France, or armless England? Unfortunately, probably not the box. Johannes says, well, I think when I look at the Bok team, everyone will arguably be at their peak in 2023. I mean, you look at the core of the team, the front row, your Kickoffs, they'll be in the late 20s, your Etzebeth in the late 20s, you've got your Sears, early 30s. I mean, your Etzebeth as well, early 30s. So I think we'll definitely be taking a very experienced squad to the World Cup. Obviously, with the pieces, with a bit of little flavor with the youngsters. So I think South Africa do have a reasonably good, very good shot to defend the Rugby World Cup. But obviously, it will not be easy. But yeah, let me know, who do you think will win the Rugby World Cup? Since we're there, we're not too far away. It's only next year. It's crazy. And we've only seen the Boks play like 5 games in between their reign as world champions, which has been sad, obviously. With COVID, it has not been easy. Got Kevin also saying France stay in performance good. I think he deserves to be going World Cup if he stays fit. Yeah, I think as a background support staff in that sort of role, right? Because I do think he's got a lot of knowledge to impart, but I'll be very surprised if he will be on the plane to France as a player. Yeah, he's a long time in sport, right? Yeah, he's a very long time in sports, but we shall see. But Johannes, they're saying probably maybe France will win the World Cup. I think they've got a fair shot, man. Listen, when you just look through that team, I think their halfback pairing, their central combination, their forward pack, there's enough there to get excited about. There's enough there to get excited about. And I think sort of those youngsters also know how to win. He's got a lot. He's a very, 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 very good youngsters who know how to win, who've won at international level, albeit at junior level. Right. So I think, it's a fair shout. It's a fair shout. As we see here, the young fella, Kudzwai Dube, I think he's going to learn from the Blue Bulls, is he not? I remember him playing for Blue Bulls, I think, under 21, as he comes on for his Currie Cup and GRIQUAS debut. Well done, young man. Welcome. Let's see what you have to offer at this level. But yeah, Zander doing very well there on the boot with the boot. All right, to add 3 more points for the GRIQUAS, right, and take the lead to cut the deficit to 10 points. But unfortunately, their GRIQUAS not doing well. Once again, a coach killer. All right, the last thing you want to do is to give the opposition an opportunity straight off from the kickoff, straight after sort of getting points on the board. So Cheetahs, once again, prime attacking position on the 5 meters off the GRIQUAS on the further side of the field. Right, it seems as though Dube might have been the one with the infringement there. Bit of shielding. Yeah, unfortunately, little man making it a bit obvious there. Cheetahs with a quick line out. Now they're on the 5 meters, 15 meters in from the far touchline. Aluluto with a very good carry, but equally well met there on defense by Dube. 2 youngsters going at each other. Franz Steyn takes it up, takes it to the 5 meter line. Cheetahs doing well there to secure their own ball. Looking to spread it. Good grabber kick. Oh, was that a wise decision from David Brits, if I'm not mistaken? But yeah, obviously playing with advantage. Advantage there. Looking for the grabber kick. Unfortunately, not able to gather. Right. But once again, the Cheetahs still inside the half of the GRIQUAS, inside the 22. Right. 5 meters out. Very good carry there. A couple of carries there by the Cheetahs, able to get over the advantage line. Mkhalimosi in the front, and the Cheetahs set up their maul. All right, a very good set initially. Yako Paper playing a bit of an advantage here. Can the Cheetahs get over? And yeah, once again, very good rumble there from the Cheetahs. And they are over. Who will stand up with the ball there? A bit of a ruffle tumble there. The replacement, Yanko Ace, over there for the 5-pointer. So just like that, Cheetahs are able to extend their lead. Again, in the back of just a stupid mistake there from Dube, right? Intentionally just stepping across the Cheetahs getting the opportunity to knock it in the corner. Right, and straight away they're able to responding there with the try through Yanko Ace, extending the lead of the GRIQUAS to 15 points. And yeah, definitely Ruan Pinaria with an opportunity to add 2 and take the lead to, stretch it further to 17 points. Won't be an easy kick. 5 meters in from the closest touchline. Right, but I think, very educated boot here from Ruan Pinar. It's actually surprising to see him back at the Cheetahs, considering that the Sharks are still participating in the Rugby Challenge. I thought he was over there to sort of bolster their squad, but I think with maybe Jaden Hendricks coming back, and obviously who's the slide team? Young Shkamov as well, who was part of the box setup. His name just escaped me, sorry. Coming back, Grant Williams. Grant Williams coming back, probably just deemed surplus to requirement there at the Sharks, but I'm sure the Cheetahs will be more than happy to have him back, because with his educated boot, Ruan Pinar able to add the 2 additional points. And so now the Cheetahs lead 17. Kickoff there, Franz Steyn collecting, massive boot, knocking this one downfield. Oh, what a kick. But GRIQUAS playing through quickly there through Ashlon Davids. Yeah, settles for an up and under. Yeah, Zander unfortunately unable. Franz Steyn doing very well to collect. Clayton Prometheus noticing that no one back in that corner, looking for territory. Oh, Ashton Davis. Oh, no ways. Issue. Oh, unfortunately. Oh, I thought he escaped there. Yo, what a step. Their linesman momentarily just losing his flag as well. Was probably just caught in the excitement of it all. But oh my God, I thought Ashton Davis was through there. David Pritz coming through full pace. It's in out. Yay, let's go. Oh, but doing just enough. Doing just enough to force Ashlyn Davis out. And yeah, once again, fantastic play there from the Cheetahs. Good experience, Clayton Plomikis, identifying space at the back. And through that, good chase there from David Britz. And as a result, good feet there initially from Ashlon, but I think, yeah, just trying to get away there from the Cheetahs, number 6, and Gideon van der Merwe, who's been surprisingly quiet this game. Right, unfortunately stepping into touch, and the Cheetahs will have an attacking opportunity. Yeah, it seems as though also Ashlon might have just tweaked a muscle there. Machivan. I don't know if you guys, those who are watching, if you saw Roxco Speckman's stepping over at practice, that was just just a bit too nasty. But yeah, can't wait until Speck Magic is also back on the park. Can't be too far away now, but Cheetah's doing well. France Dane again. First carry in midfield. Getting over the advantage line. Very good from Furen. Unfortunately not able to link up with his teammate there. GRIQUAS now with advantage knocked on there. Deemed a knock on. Playing it on advantage. Son of Ongara. Dube, first touch in Currie Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Equally well met there by the Cheetahs. Ongara. Craig Barry. What can he do? Craig Barry taking it back. Cheetahs now inside the GRIQUAS 22 on the 10-meter line. France Dane. Little grab by Michali Mosi. Chasing on that one. Michali. Unfortunately unable to gather there. He got there in time. Very good pace there from the 8th man. Outrunning Luther Obi. Is there a call here for a tackle? Tackle before you receive the ball? Yes, no? But yeah, seems to have hurt himself there, Michali. Get up, young man. Massive fan of this boy. Yeah, a bit of a break there as Michali Mosi just receives a bit of attention, but a very good grabber there from the veteran France Dane, identifying that the space behind. Good pace from Michali Mosi, initially able to just get, seems as though he outran Luther Obi actually down there. But unfortunately, seems to have hurt himself in the process. But yeah, with 20 minutes to play, we've got the Cheetahs 30 and the GRIQUAS 13. We had a couple of predictions earlier on. All right, it seems as though Kevin might have been spot on. We're on here. He did predict that the final scores will be 40-20. So we're still on with that possibility. And Blindman Pepper Spray said Cheetahs 54 and GRIQUAS 12. Obviously, GRIQUAS have surpassed the 12, but I think there's still plenty of rugby to be played here. And I would not be surprised if the Cheetahs do add a couple more tries to take up the tally to that 54. But as it stands, it seems as though Kevin might have had the spot on. He did predict that the final scores will be 40 Cheetahs, GRIQUAS 20. But yeah, GRIQUAS with the scrum, right, the knock after the knock on there from Michali Mosi. Stenkamp charged down there. Good awareness there from Luther. Unfortunately forced into touch. That ball was charged down there initially on Stephen Ungarai. Good awareness there from Luther Obi. Right, but unfortunately, equally, the Cheetahs aware and awake and were able to force Luther into touch before he could get the offload away. Very good tackle there from the young man, Louis van der Westhuizen. On Luther Obi. Could have turned ugly. Right, so the Cheetahs will have yet another opportunity just on the outside of the 22 of the GRIQUAS, on the closest touchline. They go to the back. Very good line out. Michali Mosi coming back on the blind. Unfortunately, Craig Barry overrunning it slightly and the knock on. And once again, a little reprieve there from the GRIQUAS. Yeah, I think a bit too risky there from Michali. that Maul hadn't quite set and attracted enough of the forwards. Good thinking. But unfortunately, the execution a bit of Craig Berry slightly overrunning it. And anyway, I think it would have been run into a wall of forwards there. So maybe better off just knocking it on. I'm being fair. All right, but it will be GRIQUAS ball. All right, sort of 3 meters in from the closest touchline as we see it on screen. Right on the 22. I must say, much better effort here from the GRIQUAS pack. All right, they've just definitely been more assured in the second half this far. Let's see, sort of with less than, about 17 minutes to play, if they will be able to sort of maintain that and, possibly slowly but surely chip away at the deficit. They do tend to, to actually play the full 80 minutes. A couple of tries in the end, as we saw last year, the Currie Cup. But we shall see if they will be able to put it together this time around as well. So just to reset scrum there, Jaco Peper just bringing the masses a bit closer, further away from that beat up earth, as you can see. Right, just a tussle up front. Scrumming is not a joke. Did enjoy it as a player. Very tiring. Yeah, Zander once again. Seems as though he's a very direct fly off. All right, I think that is about his third or fourth carry of the game. I haven't seen him pass much. Right, and as a result, we haven't been able, unfortunately, to see Reynard Jonker and Chris Horace much, unless it's from broken up play. Well taken there from Clayton Plomich. He's linking up while there with Ruan Pinar. Oh, Enver. Once again, Enver Brandt taking his eyes off the ball. Once again, a little knock on there. Yet another unforced error, but massive territorial gain there from the GRIQUAS. Got Johan saying, do you remember funny rugby YouTuber from New Zealand, Endgames by Rebel? You know what I'm talking. Unfortunately, I don't. As we see now, as we just take a little break there, we see Cheetahs making a couple of changes, and we see Malcolm Yah coming on from Craig Barry. Oh, I'm excited. I played with Malcolm. Oh my God, he was phenomenal. When I was at Nelson Mandela University, absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. Quick, very good step. So yeah, massive fan of Malcolm. But yeah, it's a bit of breather. Let's quickly look at the comments while a couple of the players got running repairs. We got Katena saying how to win versus All Blacks. 1, 5-3 split. 2, have a 10 replacement. 3, don't kick endlessly. 4, play more ball in hand. 5, shift poly to 12. Yeah, I think New Zealand at the moment sort of trying to figure out who they are and what they're trying to do. Definitely not the strongest New Zealand bunch that we've had. Right, and I think they're just missing key ingredients. Massive scrum there from the GRIQUAS. Dube doing exceptionally well. Definitely, GRIQUAS looking pumped there. That'll be a massive game for them. Right, not so long ago they were down in their own half, but because of that unforced error from Enver Brandt, they are able to make the way inside the GRIQUAS 22, inside the Cheetahs 22. Once again, looking at the scrum, fantastic core strength there from Dube, doing very well to stay up there, powering through. We see the change there. I've got Andy Sanzila, another Eastern Cape boy coming on there on the field. Replacement of, is it Van Mara? But GRIQUAS ball, GRIQUAS feed, unfortunately deemed to have closed off. Yeah, unfortunately, bit of a technical error there from the GRIQUAS. Right, well done from the ref because a lot of refs don't pick that up. Unfortunately, just obstruction, as you would know. Right, as the lifter, you're not allowed to swim in behind the jumper. Right, so the jumper obviously has to make first contact with the opposition. Otherwise, it's deemed to have been obstruction there. So once again, unforced error there from the GRIQUAS in the strike zone. Right, and the Cheetahs through the massive boot of Francois Steyn are able to sort of get a bit of a reprieve. With that kick, it took play up sort of 5 meters inside the own half. The attacking ball, it's a stew throw. What a shocker from Louis. Bad throw there from Louis. Must say, Marnus also initially struggled in the first half for the Cheetahs. All right, Louis front of his days, and that was horrendous. Timing off, throw off. But the GRIQUAS will be appreciative of the opportunity. But I must say, GRIQUAS have definitely stepped up, right? A lot of, as we also see, the Ungarai stepping out for Reagan Orange, right? Once again, another graduate from the Varsity Cup. And as we see also a couple of changes there. See a debutant there in Michael Amaras making his Currie Cup and GRIQUAS debut coming on there. Exciting for the young man. To come on to Siba. But GRIQUAS ball sort of 15 meters inside from the touchline, the furthest touchline, and like sort of 5 meters inside the Cheetahs half. So Devon will be passing to the stronger side, so we could see a flashy move here. Unfortunately, not a clean strike there from the GRIQUAS. Right, and the flank deemed to have, again, Otto there, unfortunately deemed to have had an impact, just sort of kicking that back into, handling it. And once again, unfortunately, the GRIQUAS, with an opportunity there, unable to make use of it and giving easy possession away to the Cheetahs. And France Day knocks this one sort of 10 meters, if I'm not mistaken, from the try line of the GRIQUAS, not 22. Yeah, he's taken play up to the 22 of the GRIQUAS. Let's see, pressure obviously here on Van der Westhuizen, but doing much better. They're going to the front jumper. Some more, setting up more, but GRIQUAS have met it. Use it. Call of use it. Surely, Mr. Ref, you must use it. GRIQUAS doing very well there. GRIQUAS doing very, very well. T-shirt pulled over the ball. Is it going to call this dead ball? So about GRIQUAS doing very well there to stop that move from the Cheetahs. The ball is never getting out there, unfortunately. Caught up. I don't think I've actually seen that. As we see again, I actually don't think I've seen that before. Just the rugby ball caught up in the jersey. So with 10 minutes to play, a bit of a stop-start second half, if I'm being honest. All right, maybe a bit of fatigue kicking into the players. All right, haven't played rugby in so long. All right, so a bit of stop-start, and we haven't seen too much in the second half. Right, I think only the GRIQUAS was able to put points so far. All right, so it's just sort of 9 minutes to play. We've got the Cheetahs still in the lead, 30, and the GRIQUAS 13, and the Cheetahs are on the 22-meter line of the GRIQUAS. All right, with scrum, their attacking ball on the further side, sort of 6 meters inside from the touchline. Let's see if the Cheetahs will be able to make do with this ball and this opportunity. Obviously, Craig Barry was over the try line, right? But unfortunately, sort of early on in the second half, unfortunately, I judged foot in touch with the OB doing very well there. But besides that, we haven't seen too much from the Cheetahs, too many unforced errors when they get into the strike zone, not as clinical as they were in the first half. But they still have a couple of minutes here to see if they can add on to their 30 points. Yeah, we see France Stein taking it up. Oh, cut out pass there from France Stein, but unfortunately not finding his man. Perhaps Malcolm Yard just not holding the width as in practice. Good carry there from Michali, but equally well met there from the GRIQUAS. Yeah, GRIQUAS definitely more intensity on D. Right, pushing up. Oh, well met there, Luther Obi. What a hit, mate. Spotting Chris Smith, spotting space there behind. Oh, ball there, Michali. Lost in the ground. Yeah, I think the GRIQUAS player might have been playing the ball on the ground there. Zander will be lucky if he gets away with the spot free. Was there no advantage there? It seems as though maybe Gideon van der Merwe might have knocked this one on. They're plenty of pressure there on Zander. Zander getting back well initially. Yeah, I think they're controlling with his feet. Yeah, I think Greco was lucky to get away with that. I think Zander was clearly playing that ball on the ground, but Gideon has been adjudged to have knocked that ball on the ground. Once again, we just see a couple of the Cheetahs players, just a couple of running replays on the GRIQUAS players. Obviously now it's getting to that time where the players will start to feel it. Haven't played rugby in a while. It's one thing to practice, but it's an entirely other thing to obviously be out in the battlefield. So yeah, now play sort of just on the 5-meter line of the GRIQUAS, or 10 meters in from the touchline closest to us. GRIQUAS ball, Gideon van der Merwe having been adjudged to have knocked that ball on. All right, so it'll be GRIQUAS feed. Zander doing very well to cover that. Initially, a very good kick from Chris Smith to turn the GRIQUAS, but Zander doing well to get back. Once again, unfortunately, Dube deemed to have stood up, right, simply running away from that tackle, and with that, Conrad van Vuren redeeming himself. Right, obviously, Dube had gotten a penalty earlier on, but van Vuren doing very well to get one up, and Cheetahs here, once again, with that penalty win, obviously, they have the penalty, and yeah, Pinar, they're knocking it over to the touchline. Right, play on the 5 meters of the GRIQUAS, Cheetahs ball. And with that, Juan Pinar takes to the bench, and we've got Kruger. Yeah, Rowan Kruger stepping in. Oh, and Everson coming in from Chris Smith. So a couple of changes here at the end. No, coming on from France Stein. It seems as though the GRIQUAS did well there to steal that position away from the Cheetahs. Right, once again, the Cheetahs not quite clinical in the strike zone. And GRIQUAS will have an opportunity here to exit through orange. The Orania, Reagan, Orania, orange. Yeah, Reagan, a very good kick there from Reagan to just ease the pressure a bit on the GRIQUAS, taking play up to just outside their own 22. Yes, Cheetahs line out. All right, but definitely just giving the GRIQUAS a bit of breathing space. So with 5 minutes to play, Cheetahs still 30. All right, haven't been able to add on to yes, they did actually score a try, sorry. But yeah, just simply have not been clinical this second half. And I think just the GRIQUAS forwards finally just waking up and stepping up physically. And as a result, the Cheetahs haven't been able to sort of get into the pattern. Once again, turnover there at line-out time. GRIQUAS with yet another steal. One of Estazon will not be too impressed with that. So GRIQUAS here with possession and an opportunity to exit once again from their own territory. Reagan sets up a very good up and under contestable. Was that got in the air? Knock on from Cheetahs, no? Okay, deemed to have been knocked back there from the Cheetahs. Now Cheetahs with an opportunity to attack. David Brett spreading out wide. Chris Smith and Brandt there chasing it. But unfortunately, man is wide awake. Reagan doing very well to sweep up there as in his scrum off should. Very good carry there from the GRIQUAS, able to get over the advantage line. Reagan back on his feet. Now GRIQUAS looking to run. Putting through a couple of phases. Roll away, tackler. Gideon van der Merwe making it a bit scrappy there in the middle. Good step there from the GRIQUAS winger. GRIQUAS not going anywhere really. Cheetahs doing well to defend. Oh, half break, good break there from the GRIQUAS. Can they stitch it up? Zander on the ball. Luther Obi, will he be able to get over Michael Yar? Oh, well done, Luther. But a very good carry there in midfield from the GRIQUAS. I think that might have been Hartenberg, stand to be corrected. But able to link there with Zander effectively. Handing the ball over to Luther Obi, and he's over for a try by the GRIQUAS. Once again, Dube also doing well to keep that ball alive initially. Once again, Malcolm Yar, unfortunately not able to keep up with Luther. Sure, Luther, powerful legs, and he is able to get over for the 5-pointer. Very good play there from the GRIQUAS. I'm sure that will give them plenty of confidence. Zander's had a very good kicking game, so I'd expect him to knock this one over. Right, but you almost get the sense that a little bit, too late there from the GRIQUAS. With just a minute to play. Right, yes, deficit cut down to what could be 10 points here. Yeah, Zander raises the flags again. Deficit cuts to 10 points, but with a minute to play, less than a minute to play, give or take. Deficit 10 points. You'd expect the Cheetahs will have enough in the tank, right, to make sure that they finish off here. Oh, that was Theo Bischoff. Theo Bischoff doing very well to break the tackle there. Linking up with Zander, handing it over to Luther Obi, and Luther is able to get over the advantage line. So not too far away from the final whistle, yeah. Got the Cheetahs 30, the GRIQUAS 10. That score might have been a little too late. More like consolation, but I'm sure the boys will try to get within the 7-point deficit. See if they can walk away with a bonus point, yeah. Reagan sends it up. Good contest in the air, knocked back there from the Cheetahs, doing well to secure the ball. Clayton Blomachis. Cross kick there from Chris Smith. Enver Brandt, unfortunately slipping and into touch. And I'd imagine that will be game, set, and match. Yeah, GRIQUAS much improved performance there in the second half, but unfortunately not able to convert it into points. The Cheetahs management will definitely be a bit annoyed with that second half, just a bit too lethargic at times, too scrappy, not able to string together, the passes effectively. So as a result, final score here, we've got the Cheetahs 30 and the GRIQUAS 20. So well done to the Cheetahs, a fantastic start for them. Right, not clinical, I think, as a game altogether, a bit scrappy. But I think in the opening rounds, we must just be patient as SA fans. We've got a lot of inexperienced squads, right? Also, teams that haven't played a lot of rugby together, as you'll see quite a lot of debutants coming through. But yeah, please do stay on the channel. I'm out. Do thank you for all those who did tune in and stayed and kept me company. Right, until next time, let's meet tomorrow. But now, obviously, the big game, Steve will be with you. Western Province versus the Lions. Hopefully the Western Province will come up with the W. But once again, thank you. And please, if you're new to the channel, please do like, subscribe, and please do keep in the loop. The channel is because of you, for the fans, by the fans. But once again, thank you, and I am out.